Okay, so on this question, we have e to the 1 minus 4x power equals 17. So as soon as we see x up there in the power zone, we should think we need to do natural log on both sides because that's what drops powers down. So that's what we're going to do. So step number 1, ln both sides. So I'm going to go ln here, ln there. Let me put in the wall of separation. Make that clear? Okay. And so then what happens? The power, oops, bumping that thing. The power drops down to the front. So this power right here will drop down to the front. So it'll become 1 minus 4x. And you have to put parentheses around that. ln of e, better, ln of e equals ln of 17. Yeah, you have to put parentheses around that because that way the whole 1 minus 4x is multiplying the ln e because the whole 1 minus 4x was in the power. So the whole thing needs to be in the front multiplying. So anyway, ln of e, what's that? That's just 1. You can check it on your calculator if you want to. They're just the opposites of each other, and they just become 1. ln of e is just 1. So then we just have 1 minus 4x is ln 17. So I'll mention that right here. Number 2, ln of e just equals 1. So now, step 3. Solve for x. So let's solve it for x. So how do we solve for x? We'll subtract 1 from both sides. Like so, boom, boom. We get minus 4x equals, no, what's this side? ln 17, take away 1. That 1 cannot subtract from the 17. You can't make that ln 16 because that 1 is separate. Notice if you want, you could put parentheses like that. You don't have to, but make it more clear. That 1 is outside and separate from the log, from the natural log, right? And then last step to finish getting the x alone, divide by minus 4 like that, and x is alone. Now, on this question, do they want 4 decimal places? Okay. So yeah, so when you type it into your calculator, remember you've got to hit equals when you're done with the numerator before you divide by -4 in the denominator. That way it divides the whole numerator and not just the last number. So it's going to be ln 17 minus 1 equals divided by -4 equals. Do you see what I just did there? So you got to make sure you hit equals when you're done with the top. If you didn't do that equals, you just go, ln 17 minus 1 divided by -4. It's only going to divide the -1. It's only going to divide the very last number by the denominator if you don't hit equals. So instead, when you're done with the top, this always goes for a fraction that you're putting into your calculator. Whenever you have more than one item in the top of a fraction, you have to hit equals when you're done with the top before you divide by the bottom. That way, it calculates the whole top and divides the whole top by the bottom rather than just the last number. And so when you do that, let's see, I'll do it on my calculator. 17 divided by -4. So I'm getting x equal -0.4583, on and on it goes. And so it said four decimals, right? 4 decimal places. So the number in the 4th place is right here. This is a 0. So it tells us just to leave that. So it'd be -0.4583. It stays just like that. All right. So recapping then, when you have x in the power zone, you got to ln both sides because that allows the power to drop down. Then ln of e is just 1 because they're opposites. Right? The natural log is the base e. So when you put an e next to it, they just cancel. It's just 1. So then you got the x on the ground. You just solve for x. And so go through the steps to get x alone and hit the buttons on your calculator. And there we go.